Hello and welcome to another episode of the Woodsman Wack-Off, the series that puts two woodsmen face to face to see which competitor can whack off their log the fastest. In today's episode, we have two undefeated competitors, the Echo 590 Timberwolf and the Poulan 3750 Bad Boy. The Timberwolf weighs in at 59.8 cc's, is a modern design in which people argue whether or not it is a professional chainsaw, and it uses a closed port cylinder setup with an unusually long stroke. That's what she said. The Bad Boy is a 60.3 cc, and its design can be dated all the way back to the 1980s, but it was actually based off the older platform that was updated sometime around 1996. So it's sort of really old, and it sort of ain't that old, but either way you look at it, it's old. It uses an open port cylinder design with an unusually short stroke. Just call me Clarence Carter today, fellas, because I've been stalking. Neither of these saws have lost a whack-off to date, but I'm here to tell you that levee is about to break. So let's see who comes out on top in this here stroke session. All right. We got Benford there, starting up the Bad Boy. Oh, and what's this? We got two Benford Day. This is a two Benford Day. It's exciting. Here he comes. He's firing up the Echo. We already got the Bad Boy warming up, running his fingers through his hair. Ooh, this is going to be tragic that one of these cool guys has to lose. All right, we're revving him up, and here we go. Down with the gentle stroke down the shaft to start things out. And we see the Echo 590 pulls out the first stroke win. And here comes the tug up. In these, we get to see the torque take place and shine a little bit more than the gentle slide. Ooh, and it looks like this one's... Whoa, it looks like the Bad Boy is going to pull out the lead on this one. Oh my God. Is this really happening? Oh my God, we got it. I don't even know what to say. Look at this on the instant replay. What is going down? Did they tie? Did one lose? Of course, somebody lost if they didn't tie. Here we go. Looks like the Bad Boy is working its way up the shaft on the tug up and is fixing to explode out of that log. What's it gonna be? Bam! And there you have it. Look at that. The Bad Boy takes it in the tug up. Oh, but barely. That is exciting racing right there, fellas. Two 60cc saws really putting on a show. And here we are with the vice grip. Again, this is a serious torque tester because Benford there, he is really cranking on those saws as hard as he can without them stalling. And yep, the Echo takes the win. Woo! And Benford says, "To hell with you, Benford." Oh, they are. Okay, so clearly today's winner is the Echo 590 Timberwolf. Benford himself has been quoted as saying, "I don't always need a guard dog, but when I do, I prefer the Timberwolf." Let's see what Bodie has to say about it, guys. "I don't always need a guard dog, but when I do, I prefer the Timberwolf." Woo. How'd you like that Wack-Off, guys? That was a good one, wasn't it? Hey, if you're watching this and you're thinking, well, is that necessary? This may not be the channel for you. Go. I don't need your subscription if you're going to give me a Sunday school lesson. And was it really, man, there's so much I want to say. But I hold my punches. You know, I pull them. I really get a kick out of it whenever someone with a obviously Christian username is rude as hell It's just great. I gotta cut that out. I'm not doing that. So, yes, that was a very good Wack-Off. The Timberwolf 590. It's a really good saw. It's a really good saw. Is it the best 60cc saw out there? Probably not. You know, I don't care. These are, I don't have anything, I don't have anything right now that's capable of beating it in the 60cc form. I do have other CCs that will beat it. But it's a really good saw. But it has one really significant drawback to it. It is very big and bulky and heavy. But the bulky is real. It is a bulky saw. But it's also a heavy one too. It's very much in line with the Steel 390 in the way it feels. It's big, it's heavy, and with those considerations, underpowered. Now, I ain't talking bad about it. It's a great saw. Really like it. However, really looking forward to seeing Echo go back to the drawing board on their 60cc platform, because it is overly engineered and constructed seemingly for strength, I guess. And you get a really tough as nails saw. It is a really good saw. However, is it more durable than other saws in its class? I don't think so. I mean, it's good saw, of course, but it's not like the Steel MS361 or the Husqvarna 562. It's not like they're pieces of junk that aren't reliable. I mean, everything has its issues, and this one might be a little bit more reliable than most. Maybe, I don't know. But, yeah, it is overly bulky and everything. So, here's the deal. First off, for any of you guys out there that are still hanging on to the idea that, this Poulan 3750 can't run with today's modern 60cc saws, it's hokey. I mean, this is a really good saw. But the best thing about it isn't its power or its RPMs, which it's right there. It's on par with everything, really. I mean, some things will beat it, some things won't. But the deal is how light it is. It is a very lightweight saw. And the balance of it, the feel of it in your hand is really excellent. So, yeah, enough said about that. It's a great saw, but it does have one huge glaring drawback, and that is parts availability. So there are plenty of things that you can buy, crank seals, regular seals and gaskets, you can buy those. But even if you couldn't buy those, they're easily made. And then as used parts on eBay are plentiful, except for the pistons and cylinders. Just not many of those available, period. So because of that, if you could only pick one saw, I would definitely pick the Timberwolf. But if you can pick a couple of different saws, I would definitely, the idea of these Poulans, the small block and the big block, they're just really, really great feeling saws to run. They feel good in your hands, and it's just good stuff. So I definitely would recommend you getting one. Let's see. If this is your first introduction to Clarence Carter and his song "Strokin'," you're welcome. That is one of the diamonds that our music industry has given us. So whenever I lived in the city, right? I actually lived in Decatur, Georgia, which is, and be specific here, it's a little town called Oakhurst. And Anyways, it was a real nice neighborhood. Really liked living there. You would walk to the restaurants. Everything was close. It was fun, right? Well, there was this one house really close to a pub that I used to go to. And it was one of those houses where, it'd been there and been in the family for generations. And the whole family had lived there and grown up there. Like I said, multiple generations. And so therefore they had multiple generations of friends. They would hang out at this place. They would do a lot of grilling and barbecue type of stuff. And so every time I would walk past that place, they'd be out there. They'd just be washing their cars. Like I said, smoking some ribs, whatever. I mean, they just had it. It was happening. It was going. And, of course, me being me, I talk with these guys and gals every now and then. But mostly there's a bunch of men. Just a bunch of men out there on the porch. And because it was hot in Georgia in the summertime, they'd always have a towel over their shoulder, wiping their bald heads and stuff. It was a funny thing, right? Well, whenever I met the main guy, it's like, what's your name? And he's like, my name's Clarence. And I was like, Clarence Carter? And he immediately knew what I was talking about. And I got to say, I don't know I can't remember if his last name was Carter or not. I can't remember, but I do remember every time I would walk past that place from then on out, if he was out there on the porch, I'd be on the sidewalk walking past. I'd be going, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter. Oh, shit. So, yes, please watch that video and watch the actual video because it's hilarious. I think the guy's actually blind, which makes it even better. Anyways, Clarence Carter stroking. Watch that. So anyways. I have a lot of fun doing this, guys. It's enjoyable. And I hope you guys get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And I guess that's good for this video. I got to go out. I got another tree that fell. It's a small one, but it's a little black cherry. It's a black cherry tree, fell right on my fence. And so if we let the sheep in that pasture, they could possibly get out. So got to take care of that, fix that fence. And I'll be making a video of that. You'll see it. But while I'm on the topic of the black cherry, and I just mentioned smoking some ribs, black cherry is extremely potent in the smoky category. So whenever I first started smoking ribs and brisket and stuff like that, I thought, well, I got all this black cherry here. I'll just use that as my main firewood for smoking. That stuff is staunch. I've even got to the point where like it's all charcoal or it's all pecan or whatever, and I'm like, I'll just add just a little bit of this black cherry. Nope. Too much. So just take it from me or not. I think black cherry is a terrible wood to smoke anything in because you get overwhelmed with the smoky flavor. It's not added to, it's covering up. No good. Anyways, so I burn it. I have made some slabs out of some bigger ones, a little bit of lumber and everything to build some stuff. And it works well for that. It's a pretty wood. It's really pretty. But whenever the tree's only that big around, it's probably about that big around, you can't get a lot of board feet out of that. It's not worth it. And also, they don't grow straight. They really a ganky looking tree. At least the ones that I have here, all of them are. Very few. My neighbor had one that was a big one that was about that big around, and I made some stuff out of it. But anyways, all right, yep. See ya.
She said, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter. Ooh, shit.